Right, really, first day of Pats. Pleased with the effort, pleased with the approach that these guys have got. Um, we did a lot of live reps today. We had a half practice, half scrimmage type deal where we had 2-minute situations and scenarios and had a team run period, and we put it down in scrimmage for around 30 plays. So a lot of quality reps. Everybody's repping right now, and the thing is uh, I challenged them this week if they could be better from what they were on Saturday to Tuesday, and I thought we were. There's still a lot of mistakes that are made, but kind of what I talked about on Saturday was, just are we beating ourselves? Are we doing the little things right? Can we minimize those things? And I thought we did a lot better job at that. We're still missing some execution side of things, but I thought it was a pretty competitive practice. It's good seeing those new defensive bodies run around. I think there's a lot of contested plays on the perimeter, which is going to make everybody better. The defense had a good day. Thought Jamil Jeter had one of the better runs I've ever seen today. Pretty impressive. But those running backs are playing well with Calvin Hill and even Caleb Twyford was in the mix and Brock Sturgis. It was good watching those guys run around and compete because this is the first time we actually got to hand the ball off and tackle to the ground. So normally when you're in control practices and you're staying on your feet, a lot of those guys think that they scored or they didn't score. A lot of times, so it's all judgmental. So it was good to see them make some plays out there today. So still got a long ways to go, like I keep saying, but I love the improvement. That's our challenge. Can we be better every single day, better than the day before, and have the same mindset and the approach. And I think we're doing a pretty good job of that right now. So again, it's a long process, like a long grind right now. 4 practices down. I told them that again, that take advantage of your opportunities because the moment you blink, spring ball is going to be over and you're heading into summer workouts. So take advantage of the day, and I think they're doing a good job at that. So questions.
Coach, I know you said one of the things you want to improve on during the spring is the team's physicality. Did you see that come out today with the pads on?
I did. That's probably one of the more physical practices we've had. And I think a lot is the body types and then the recruitment and the guys that we're bringing in. Still not where we can always be more physical, and I think any team can be more physical, but we've made improvements right now. Now, can we sustain that? First day of pads where you tackle, can we do that again and keep repeating ourselves? And we're going to keep emphasizing that, And the thing too is we got to be, there's a mental toughness side to it all. There's a physical toughness side just because it's a pretty competitive violent game. But can we sustain it, and can we do it, at the end of drives and at the end of quarters, and can we finish what we're doing? And I can tell you there was a lot of bodies out there that were extremely tired, and we had a great offseason, like probably the most in shape I've ever had a team. But there is a complete difference of playing shape and then weight room shape, and they were dragging a little bit when we had to sustain a long drive at the end. So can we be mentally tougher, and can we still play with the physicality when we get later in those drives and later in the quarter, later in the game?
What did you see out of the defense today that really impressed you?
Yeah, I think they're very aggressive. They're making sure that they're contesting every single ball. There's no free access right now, so it's making everybody work, and they're tinkering with some new things and ways to fit the run with different run fits from safeties to nickels and corners. So that's been fun to watch. It's made the offense better. It's after every practice you go in and you have to have good conversations to make sure that we're running sound schemes because they're trying to contest and being as aggressive as possible. So I think that's a good challenge too, especially for the guys like Javen Banks and Marcel Barbie. There's a guy in their face nonstop, and they got to really work their technique and their releases. So I just love that competitive side of it right now.
Tell me about the run by Jamil Jeter. You said it was just one of the best you ever saw.
Yeah, we have a lot of install in, but we haven't done any like red zone goal line emphasis type stuff yet. So you have only so many, and it's defense included. You don't, you pretty much have all your open field packages going in. If you get down into the red zone, score zone area, goal line, you just kind of run your plays and just understand there might be free hitters. And we were in the score zone around the 20-yard line and ran it was a 4th and 1 play that should have been hit for a loss, and Jeep made a bunch of guys miss. There was a free hitter that came screaming through the B gap, and he made it miss, and he ran for a 20-yard touchdown, which was pretty impressive. So that kid's tough to tackle. I think all three of those backs bring a different dynamic, and they're all unique. And we got to find ways to keep getting them touches.
You guys had one of the better rushing seasons here last year. What do you feel like you can improve on in the running game this year?
A lot. I think we can help them out so much, and like we've talked about tight end play too. And I believe that you've got to be a successful football team. You have to run the football. You have to have that physicality that we keep talking about. And we've got to establish a run and take the pressure off the quarterbacks. And I think that becomes more balanced. And you add those backs in, and you add in the tight ends, and then we can get more friendly runs for them in terms of not as many free hitters coming through, or we can at least account for safeties and push cracking and doing things of that nature, just to make sure that we're putting these kids in position to possibly break a big play, because they all have that capability.
How much of a struggle was it last year to not have that many tight ends healthy all year?
It's tough. It depends on the philosophy of the team that you're going up against. But like some teams, in our league, and I think we have a really good league. They're very aggressive on defense, and they're going to load the box. And they're going to force you to throw, which a lot of that is and make contested plays on the perimeter. And there's a lot of give and take to that. You can make some explosive plays, but the percentages aren't very high to throw fade balls and slants all the time. Because they can contest it, and you have to be perfect with your throws, and they got to run through it and catch it. And so when you establish that run game and those loaded boxes where we can at least get to manageable third downs instead of third and long, that helps out tremendously. That makes play calling so much easier. When like today I was stuck in a few third down, probably about 4 or 5 third down and 10s. We had a lot of different drives that we did, but it's tough to call plays in that. Like the percentage of converting a third and long is extremely low. So like with an established run game and being able to get some chunk yardage, it's going to help out play calling tremendously.
What are your plans for the rest of the week?
So we'll go Thursday. We'll do an uppers practice, which will be controlled, so we can get some installs in and focus on some things that we see from mistakes from Saturday and today. So we'll fix that up, and then on Saturday we'll have a very similar practice to this. Once we get to really through this week, we'll start opening up to the public everything our Friday, Saturdays, and our Saturday scrimmages, our last 3 of them. So right now we're just getting the install in and moving a lot of parts around. So we got to get that done Thursday, and then we got to have another scenario on Saturday. We'll probably do some red zone, short yardage, goal line to get those packages in. So when we do a full scrimmage, we have everything that we've coached and ran.
I know we're also talking to the kickers today. How much improvement?
That's who we're talking to today?
Yeah.
Oh man, those are my favorite.
What have you seen out of Seamus and Seth since the season ended?
Yeah, those two. I've told them both that I think when I die, I want to come back as either one of them. I think they've got life figured out. I think they're unbelievable kids. They're fun. In terms of their. I've been around a lot of programs where the kickers aren't really affiliated with the team. They kind of go off and do their own thing. But with what Coach Whitworth does, and like just the personality of these two, they're in the mix of everything. And I think that they were young, and they got thrown into the fire, and they still got a lot of ball to play. And it's going to be fun watching them progress, because Seamus is they all got 3 years of eligibility, I think, and I think they're going to be really good players for us. I think the consistency of Seth Keller is there. Seamus is the holder. I think that they just sit there and they snap and kick all day and work operation times and all that, and it's a comfort. And I think Seth is I try not to put him in situations where he has to kick it those long field goals, but he's capable of doing it. He did it in the Arkansas State game right at the end of the first half, which was a big time play for us, which ended up probably winning the game for us. But Seamus is he's came along so well over the past 2 years. Just he's put on size, he's put on weight. That's been an emphasis for him, and just naturally his kicking ability is going to keep getting better, because if you watch, we haven't had very many hiccups in those two with Seth and Seamus. So it's good seeing them go out there and execute and have fun.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep. Good.